Keefy D and his entourage get into a white Cadillac. Along with Keefy D, the driver is a guy named Terrence Brown. They call him Bubble Up. Behind the driver is DeAndre Smith. He's in the left rear passenger seat. And Keefy D's nephew, Orlando Anderson, he's sitting behind the right front passenger seat. All Southside Crips.
When our little homies said they Death Row guys were going to have a concert at the 662 Club. So we went to the 662 Club.
I ran the door at the 662. I seen Orlando.
This is Mongolian Mindset, and today we're going to be typing the guy who just got indicted for Tupac's murder, Keefy D. One of my friends recommended me do him since he's all over the internet right now. So we're going to be breaking him down. We're going to finish this whole video so y'all can get the synopsis if you don't know the story about how Tupac Shakur was killed. So we'll be playing this video, and then we'll be using Linda Barrens Interaction, Styles, and Temperaments, and watching an actual video with Keefy D and break it down. That combined with cognitive functions to find his actual personality type. Personality database doesn't have Keefy D on there. That's wonderful because usually they fuck up people's shit. So we'll be using our chart here once we finish watching this video to actually find out his actual personality type. And so let's get into this. Let's go ahead and finish this.
And then when they pulled up in the Cadillac, and I told my homies, Southside's up here. My homies that was at 662, everybody had their guns. We knew it was gonna be something. They said about 5 minutes.
Tupac and Shook, they didn't ever show up, so we left.
Keefy D and crew go back towards the strip.
Stopped and got some liquor. We was gonna party and shit. Got our little drinks.
Meanwhile, Tupac and Suge are driving towards the 662 Club. Behind them, there were some girls screaming, "Tupac, Tupac."
We came up Harmon, and
We have typed Tupac Shakur ENTP, so there's a video on that as well. Just go through and look, or type Tupac Mongolian Mindset, it should pop up.
shit, here he coming at BMW. All the chicks was like, Tupac, Tupac, and he was like, hey, like a celebrity, like he was in the parade.
That sound like some SE there, and that sound like some TE. If you don't know anything about the cognitive functions, we do have, I think, the most comprehensive breakdown of cognitive functions, so you can figure and be able to pick these up. I go to the bar and I can pick it up. I've even taught one of my friends, Kyle. He's getting actually pretty good at typing as well. He's an ENTP. But yeah, these videos, just watch them and you'll be able to do the same thing.
We hadn't even been out the window. We would have never seen him. My partner busted you. When we pulled up, I was in the front seat. Happened to see my friend, Chuck.
Suge looks over, he sees you.
Yeah.
He looks right at you.
Yeah, he was here.
You said the shots came from the back. Big Dre, Orlando. Who shot Tupac?
They keep it for the code of the streets. It just came from the back seat, bro.
Alrighty. So if you don't know, they're saying that Orlando Anderson is the one who shot Tupac, okay? That'd be Keefy D's nephew. But Keefy D has been indicted because he can't shut the fuck up. And he's done a whole bunch of dumb shit. He got a plea deal from the government because they wanted to actually know about the Tupac murder, and they had a whole bunch of drug charges on him. And they basically told him, if you tell us everything that happened that night, and it has to be 100% factual, we will. You can't be charged with that. But with that being said, they didn't tell him that he could go on to other podcasts, interviews, write books, and all that other shit. So that might be open up the door for him to get charged. Keefy D is now 60 years old, so. And yeah, we're gonna get into it. We're gonna watch it. Let's go.
There, Keefy D in the house.
And comment below what you think Keefy D's type is. And guys, we are still doing the free typing sessions by us. All you have to do is join our Facebook group or Discord. And you got to subscribe and do that, and message our moderator Cody. Make sure you message Cody, and he'll get back to you with availability. People charge $100, $200. We're doing this absolutely free, and I do think we are probably the best online. I'm not even bullshitting. So if you want that, then that's all you have to do. What was I gonna say? We have the Mega Live this Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern. Kevin, I want to see you there. We could talk about anything you guys want to talk about. We could talk about what's going on in the news. We could talk about stocks. We could talk about essentially whatever you want to. You can ask me whatever. I'll give you the best answer I have. And if I can't give you a great answer, then I will ask someone I know who has that answer. So go ahead and join. It's a group thing. You can ask anything, typology, Enneagram, anything.
Doing big numbers on the internet lately.
Yeah.
With your interview. But man, I appreciate you coming by, man. I know you're busy and we've been trying to link up, and so I really appreciate you, man, coming by. So so hey, I want to get into like kind of talking about your book a little bit, Compton Street Legend.
Yeah.
I had the opportunity to read it, and I thought it was awesome, the book, you know, good content, and there was like so much to your story that I feel like that was just, you know, a lot of people haven't heard. You know, I think a lot of people, they focus a lot on that Tupac stuff, but they don't really look at.
It's bigger than Tupac, homie. Yeah. This ain't all about Tupac. This is about me.
Yeah. And then the book's called Compton Street Legend. So I want to kind of just go through there, and it kind of starts off where you're going to the liquor store, and there's 8 dudes coming like running down the street with bats and chains, and you like kind of look back and see where they're going, and you kind of realize they're coming for you. So kind of how that is, that kind of like your intro?
Yeah, I was up at the liquor store on the corner. I went up there in my 68 Chevy, came out the store, and the dudes was in the corner, and they had and I didn't know we had my homies that got into it with the night before. I didn't know. So came out the store, they hit the corner, and I seen they was coming for me, so I jumped in my car, and somehow they got my other side door open, and they jumped me, rushed me, fucked me up pretty good, gave me a little concussion and shit. So I went around my house, got my machine gun and my 9mm, went around there, and on the road, one of the dude houses was right there. I shot it up, a couple of clips, hit the corner, seen his brother.
Okay, so I'm gonna say that's pragmatic. Okay, I don't care what no one says. So there's 2 metrics here. Once you go here, there's pragmatic and affiliative. Pragmatic people are rebellious, contrarian, tend to break rules. They like freedom. They like the decision to choose. While affiliative people are all about doing the right thing. They're about cooperation. They are about the collective. They don't tend to break rules as much as the pragmatic people, and if they do, it's kind of like a little bit harder to kind of digest or see. But right there, you're seeing that this guy is pretty pragmatic. Okay, so I'm gonna put him down for a point for pragmatic, and as we accumulate 5 points, we'll go ahead and knock it off. But I can already know that Keefy D is pragmatic.
Dude was out there with his hands all up and shit, and I jumped out. There was a lot of people out there though, so I just jumped out, hit him with the butt of the gun. Me and my homies kind of fucked him up.
Can you say where he was from? Where they was from?
Oh no, there was some other Crips.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but my homies just got into it with them the night before.
So you didn't really have nothing to do with it. It was the homies got into it, and you were like kind of a casualty of the circumstances.
Yeah.
So you went by, shot up the place, and then you got pretty messed up, right?
Yeah. So I went to the hospital. When I was there, the sheriffs not the sheriff, but the police came took me to jail for it.
Okay.
So I went
Well,
to-
you ended up going to the hospital.
All right, so what I'm noticing as well, this guy's coming off concrete as well. We'll watch a little bit more, but he's coming off concrete.
Hospital, right? Like your sister took you to the hospital.
And
Yeah.
if we get pragmatic and concrete, we're looking at an SP here.
Still had shells
Shit in the car, yeah.
in the car, so they ended up taking you to jail.
Yeah.
So did you end up getting charged for that, or
Yeah, I wound up getting 7 years for that.
7 years?
Yeah.
And is that kind of when you went to Tracy?
Yeah, DBI Tracy, Gladiator School, California.
Was that kind of like your first time
In the pen? Yeah,
the pen?
that was my first time in the pen, yeah.
And then what was that experience like? Like, how old were you at the time?
I was like 19.
19.
Yeah, and it was like, it's like maybe like 3,500 inmates. Half the line was Crips. So that was like the big Crip capital of the fucking California, really. So, you know, no red allowed, even the Mexicans.
All right, so that was more of a TE statement there. TEFI, biggest Crip capital, blah, blah, blah. So I'm hitting for TEFI.
Other Mexicans was there. So no red was allowed up there, period. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, and that shit was dangerous as a motherfucker. Yeah, like 13 people died. I was up there like.
So it's giving a lot of extra information there. So another metric is informative versus direct. And when people start giving a lot of extra information, they're not specific, concise, and to the point. That's going to be more indicative of being informative. And he's coming off informative, so it's looking like we got an SFP here.
Like 3 years. Then they transferred us out when they opened up Corcoran.
Okay.
Transferred us out. I did like fucking 6 months in Corcoran and got out.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm done with that, with the pragmatic. I'm just going to go ahead and hit for prag, okay? I mean, obviously. So that eliminates, you know, all of the affiliative types. And we have the chart here. So all the affiliative types are gone. That means your NFJs, your NFs and your SJs are gone. Just because he's pragmatic. If you notice someone's pragmatic, you already know he's either NT or SP. If he's concrete, he's an SP. Just that quick.
And then was there any thing that happened there where it was like a close call for you, or was it kind of like everybody embraced you and it was just kind of like you did your time? And
I just did my time, stayed out of the loop, shit, got up out of there. I was making my master plan so when I hit the streets again, so I could be ready so they wouldn't catch me again.
Okay. So how did you get into gangbanging?
Oh, it's just our neighborhood. It's just a family thing. Grew up, and it's just our culture as you coming up. Yeah. So big brothers in and all that shit. Yeah.
So you already had older brothers that was from the neighborhood.
Yeah, already. Yeah.
So were they Crips at the time, or were they not formed as Crips? Like they was just like a neighborhood gang.
It was a neighborhood gang called the Us Boys.
Okay.
Yeah, and then about 71, they became Crips. Yeah, yeah.
And you at that time, were you part of the gang, or were you just kind
I was just a little baby Crip wannabe.
Yeah.
Well, once I hit junior high school, I got in. Yeah.
So tell me about that experience. Like, how did what day, or what happened where you just was like, all right, put me on the set, or like what was like?
I didn't have to put in. My family deep, grew up over there. Yeah, I ain't got to put. Yeah.
Okay.
I had never go through no shit like that.
So no initiation. You was just kind of like.
I'm hitting for informative. I don't know what the fuck he's saying. I just know it's not specific, concise, and to the point, which is what the rec is. So he's informative. So we got him for pragmatic and informative. With that being said, there's only two. Wait, we got NTP and SFP right now. SFP. Okay. Because he's pragmatic and informative, so that's going to be your SFP or your NTP. And getting more SC from this guy, so yeah, he's an SFP.
Like,
going to kill that too. He's concrete as fuck. So, because he's also concrete, he's not talking about the what if. He's not talking about possibilities. He's not talking about things outside of the five senses. He's pretty much staying in reality. We gotta hit him for concrete. I mean, he's dry as fuck. So we're gonna hit him for concrete. Okay, so now that's gone. Let's go. Let's go ahead and delete that. He's the SFP. We either got ESFP or ISFP.
Born into it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I was there when it formed the day it started, so I didn't have to do that. Yeah.
Okay.
Jump in.
And then, and I read in your book that you was out there shooting dice kind of when you was first getting going, and your pops pulled up and you wasn't looking, but you heard him kind of say like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And you knew from the voice without even looking that it was him.
Yeah.
And
I think he took me home, disciplined me.
yeah.
That's when you can still whoop your kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nowadays you can't.
Yeah, at all. You go to jail quick. Yeah.
Yeah. And then like in your book you kind of emphasize that the stigma of the single mom, rough upbringing wasn't necessarily
like that in Compton. No, my generation had both of their parents, and most of the kids at my school, at least 90-some%, 95% had both of their parents. So that was a bunch of
Yeah.
We was like the uppity class, especially my side of town of Compton. Yeah, it was our property value is more than the other parts of Compton.
Gotcha. So talk about your parents. Like your father, he was a Marine.
Yeah, he was a Marine Corps.
He was a Marine. And then your mother, what did she do?
She was a homemaker.
Homemaker.
Yeah.
Okay. And I know in the book you brought up your father went down to, I think it was Mexico.
Yeah, Caliente.
Hit
for 50,000. Hit the pick six.
So hitting 50,000, like how much would that be like hitting today?
Oh Lord, that's like the lotto. Hitting it for $1 million. Yeah, because back then you can get potato chips for 5 cents. Candy bars for 5 cents.
Yeah.
Sodas, 3-4 cents. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So it was real cheap back then. Yeah.
So he hit the 50,000, and then at the time you guys were living in Watts.
Yeah, we moved to Compton from Watts.
Okay.
Yeah, so shit, we was like one of the first black families over in our neighborhood.
Okay. And then when you guys first moved in, like the neighbors, like did they embrace you guys, welcome you guys, or was it kind of still like segregation or?
Our neighbors was cool. There was a guy named Mr. Clark. We called him Grandpa. He helped me started riding bikes and stuff. Made a swing on this big tree for us and all that. He was a cool dude. He died in like 1970, 71.
Okay.
Yeah.
You see all that extra information he's giving? So he's informative.
And when that's when it started flipping to the black community, like 70, 71, 72, our neighborhood. Yeah.
And what do you think like caused that? You think it was
the white flight? They just got away. I guess they didn't want to live around blacks. Yeah.
And I know you talked about an experience where you was with your mother in the car, and some white folks pulled up, and
yeah, some dudes in a blue '57 Chevy, in Southside too. It's on Poinsettia and right there in Caldwell. Me and my mom was walking from the grocery store. It was called Cole's Market. They pulled up on the side of us, called us a bunch of N-words. Like, dang. So I was kind of had me fucked up. Yeah.
And your mom, like, how did she react to that? Like, she just.
She didn't worry. She just grabbed me and hugged me. She said I was kind of scared.
Okay.
I was about 4 or 5 years old. Yeah.
And then your father, he was a Marine.
Yeah, he was a Marine Corps.
So was he very disciplined, very strict?
Yeah, straight to the point. Yeah.
And then like if you guys got out of line, he was catching an ass beating.
Yeah, yeah. Any parents in Compton, people, my generation got disciplined.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What do you think about this generation?
Shit, they wear them pants tight. They just ignorant. They ain't got no respect for the younger generation. I mean, the older generation. Period.
Yeah.
Yeah, just very disrespectful.
It's always amazing, man, because it seemed like this, you know, this culture or this generation, not culture, but generation, you know, like they kind of embraced at one point doing drugs, you know, like taking pills.
Yeah, they
all stuff.
the pills.
Yeah.
The fucking pills.
It seems like he's more initiating, but I really want to catch progression here. I don't see really outcomes coming from this guy. So it's looking like he's an ESFP.
It was lean, that's crazy. My generation, we was trying to make the money.
Yeah,
Instead of using the shit, yeah.
And if you was doing drugs back then, it was kind of like frowned upon.
Oh,
like,
they shun your motherfucking ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, look like a damn fool. But they glorify it now, this generation do.
Yeah, I know. And
all in songs and everything. Popping perkies and fucking lean and they fucking crazy.
There's a lot of SE from this guy. It's coming. He's always talking about what other people are doing, what's going on in the environment, things like of that nature. He's a high SE user. And check out our cognitive function videos to understand them better.
Crazy. Snorting coke, just doing all kind of shit. Chasing the dragon, whatever, yeah. Stupid snorting pills.
What the fuck is he talking about?
And they glorifying it. Tight pants, wearing purses. Oh man, they some weird people, dude.
Yeah. So tell me about some of the guys you grew up with. Like I read in your book, Tayshaun Prince's brother, and Tayshaun Prince, he was around. You got
Tayshaun Prince, Dennis Johnson. It was a few dudes I don't know that went to the pros. Mike Richardson, Kenny Landreau. It's a lot of people in our neighborhood went to the pros. Jason Thomas, he was up for the Heisman, played quarterback for UNLV and all that shit. He was
So a lot of talent came out
of our neighborhood, a lot of talent.
And then a lot of times, because like I would see, some of the older homies, like they would. If you could play sports and you was good, they'd be like, stay away from this gang banging shit.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I try to do for my little homies. Yeah.
Did any of them ever come back and throw y'all a couple dollars or look out for y'all? Some of the ones that hit it big.
Really, I didn't really need their money. I was making my own money. I'm a man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna pay nobody for no money. Yeah.
So let's talk about that. That's a good segue into talking about, really the rise of Keefy D. In the book, like, I read that at, one point, there was somebody from your guys' neighborhood that kind of where you really became big. There was a point where in the book you brought up you were a ball boy at Compton College.
Yeah. When I was little, my teacher, his name was Doc Green. He was the head trainer over at Compton College, like the position over there. So he asked me, I was a smart kid, making straight A's in his class. So he asked me, to be the ball boy trainer over there because he seen
I was straight A. I was doing this. That's one T. I was smart. I had straight A's in this class. I
was playing Pop Warner, baseball and stuff, wearing jerseys to school. Like, you want to be the ball boy? So that was a good experience. I went to Hawaii, all over the country, because they had the #1 basketball team in the country. A lot of them dudes made the pros, like Ike Whitfield, Larry Hollifield.
Right, so he's name dropping here. That's usually TE name dropping.
A lot of them dudes made the pros.
The SFPs are both TFI and SENI. We're just doing this so you guys can understand and be competent at doing this yourself.
Yeah. James Washington, Alton Lister. Yeah, Compton College had a farm system that was going from Compton College to UCLA, like Ed Gray, all them bad motherfuckers. Yeah. So even the coach, Walt Hazard, was at Compton College.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Coach, yeah. He played for the Boston Celtics, yeah. So they had a good, pretty thing going, sending athletes out, the basketball team.
Okay. And then you ended up kind of being like the team manager for multiple sports after that, correct?
Exactly. Football, baseball, all that. And when I got older, the baseball coach, he was kind of smoking weed, buying weed from us. So one day I went up there, fool, I sat down, he brought an ounce, $60. So he pulled out his drawer, came out of there with like 4 or 5 ounces, said, see what you can do, see what your brother can do with this. But I didn't get that shit to my brother. I kept that shit for myself, started working at it. That's how I came up in the game.
Okay.
Back then it was...
that was interest there. I didn't get that shit to my brother. I did it myself. I started working it. That's when I come up.
They was giving out quarter tees for $50. So you were automatic double your money because each ounce was costing like $3,500. So shit, I was rolling.
So tell me about the baseball coach. So he kind of got you into...
Yeah, he pulled out his drawer that day and had like 4 ounces. Like, see what your brother can do with this. I kept that shit for myself. I started like 3 crack houses after that and got them rolling off that shit. Yeah. Then I went to...
And then, like, so were you still like a ball boy or manager at the time?
I was too old for that. I was like 17. But I was still in contact with them dudes up there, yeah. I stopped that stuff when I had my daughter. I had her when I was 16.
Okay.
So I stopped.
So you kind of started off there, and then you kind of like evolved into where you were pushing some major weight. So like, tell me about like how you evolved to, you know, maybe quote unquote like big like Rick Ross type.
Well, shit. When my partner's name FL, I came back from Alabama and I needed like 15 keys. So he was rolling with me that day. He one of my mentors, older dude, real smart and all that. So I went, brought 5 keys from this Mexican. When got 3 keys from the homie over here, I just pieced it. He like, man, you got to go to all them people to get fucking 15 keys? Said, you need a plug? I'm like, yeah. He said, man, I know some fucking Colombians I can hook you up with. So, shit. I'm like, all right, cool. So the next day we met the dude on Lakewood.
So there was a progression there. We seem to be going for progression and not outcomes here. So this guy's ESFP, Keefy D.
Boulevard right there off the 91 at that Denny's. And he pulled up. He was like a kid. I was like 27 years old. Dude was like a kid when he pulled up. Like, damn, he's like 19 years old. And he just said, oh, man, I ain't got nothing right now, woo, woo, woo. So when we left, I thought my boy was bullshit. I said, man, dude don't even look like he got no verbs. So shit, went out town and moved in 15 that I had. Got back.
So that's all a progression there? That's all a progression?
15 from this Mexican.
Two things is outcome versus progression. Progression kind of goes through a journey or a story and this. And outcome is kind of just looking at the end product and just going. Keefy D seems to not really be talking about outcomes as much. I haven't really heard any of that. All I've been hearing that, and I'm getting progression. And he did initiate a couple times, so it's looking like he's ESFP.
Yeah. So on the way back, I was at the corner on Long Beach and Alondra. And it just so happened the Colombian boy was right there. He like, man, I'm on. So he followed me to my little house over there in Southside. And he said, get a driver. So we went over there in this 1-bed apartment out there in Lawndale, Hawthorne area. And we opened up all the cabinets. And it was birds in every one of them. And it wound up being like 148 of them. U-Haul boxed them motherfuckers up. He had the U-Haul box, taped them up. We didn't have enough room in the trunk, so we put the 3rd box in the motherfucking back seat. Drove home and shit. After then, I was fucking the mayor of Compton, boss. Yeah.
I was the mayor of Compton, the boss, TFI.
And that kind of like started the drug, like
started on a big level, on a super big level, yeah.
And then at that point, where there were, I know in the book you talked about going out of town and dealing with people in different states like Alabama, Ohio,
yeah.
Michigan, Detroit,
yeah,
Michigan.
Yeah.
So did you end up like just setting the network up, taking people from your neighborhood and saying, all right, hey, you going to...
No. I didn't do no shit like that. I went and tried to find a dude that's rolling out there. I don't want to take over people's neighborhood, nothing like that, because that'll make people hate you. You know what I'm saying? It's out of town niggas coming over here trying to take over our block. I didn't do it like that. I went and found the biggest dude in that town and put him down. Okay. And I'll go to the next town and wait for my money, like that. But mostly, I never had to really be out of town because I had the homies doing it, you know? Yeah. So we was off the chains with that.
So, and you started getting really big, and then one of your, I think it was mentors or asked you to borrow $70,000 because they had some money tied up, or they're going through a divorce, or
yeah.
And you ended up.
Yeah, he wound up giving me like 6 apartment buildings. I mean 6 properties. Each one of them had 2 units on it and stuff like that. Yeah.
And then so $70,000 in exchange, you came back a couple months, gave you 6 properties.
I wound up giving him like $178,000. And he gave me like 6 properties, all of them were free and clear. So it was cool. Then he went out to Houston and had a heart attack and died. And his daughter sued me for the properties back. Said I had her dad wasn't in the right state of mind. So the judges and everybody was asking me where did I get the money from. Mm-hmm. So I wound up losing the houses back to the lady.
Oh, okay. And what were the houses worth at that time, or the property?
They was worth about 60, 70,000.
Each or total?
Each.
Oh, okay.
In Compton, yeah.
So it was a good deal for you.
Yeah, it was a sweet deal, yeah. I was gonna, use that. I was gonna sell like 2 or 3 of them and buy me a nice house. You know what I'm saying? And that was my plan. But she fucked up my plans. With that bullshit.
So at one point, so you're selling cocaine, doing birds, and you get into the water business, or PCP, excuse me.
Yeah.
And there was a point where, would you say like you was the biggest on the West Coast when it came to PCP at the time, or?
I wouldn't say that. No. I was big with the birds, kilos, cokes, yeah.
So your Colombian connect, JC, in the book, he was a young guy, and he was from Colombia.
Yeah. From
the same place as Pablo Escobar.
Exactly, yeah.
And did he migrate here, or did he have family here, or he just?
He had family here. And the people don't really let you know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They keep you off balance.
What kind of relationship did you have with him?
Oh, we were super tight. Good dude. Yeah, super tight. We did business for about 7, 8 years. All good business. Always kept me paid, all that.
And at one point, did he like leave and his little brother or somebody take over, or?
Yeah, he went to the prison, and then the little brother came and took over, yeah.
And at the time, you were still doing big numbers with the little brother?
Yeah, the little brother came, swooped in. Once he went, he said, you want to keep on working? Uh-huh. So we got busy, and then started getting cracking. Yeah.
All right, let's talk about Suge Knight and kind of how you met Suge Knight and became familiar with him.
Oh, we was maybe about 10 years old, 10, 11 years old. I played football at Greater Compton, and his dad, uncles was our coaches. Him and his other dude named Billinger, and it was like 3 or 4 of his uncles was our coach, and his dad was our coach too. And he was a center. He had 2 cousins that was twins that was on our team, and Ronald and Donald. One of them played quarterback, other one played tight end, and I was a running back. Yeah.
So was Suge a big kid for his age? Was he chubby? Was he?
He was chubby, little fat, chubby dude. Uh-huh. Yeah, I used to have a little red dye in his afro, shit like that. Yeah, he was overweight, so he kind of had to play with us. Because I'm like a year or 2 older than him, so he had to play with those guys that was a little older than him.
So he had to play like the offensive line because he was too big?
Yeah, little kid, yeah.
Okay.
Little fat kid.
And his father, like, how was his father's relationship with him? You know, kind of sometimes, you know, the father coaching thing.
Yeah. The father, you know, football players hate to, you know, the kids, the coach's son, they catch the blues, man, from the players, yeah, because they make you do all of the exercise, the up, downs, the bull ring, 6 inches, all of those shit. Yeah.
So Suge's dad would be on him sometimes?
He used to be on everybody.
Everybody?
Yeah.
And that was probably back then when you get away.
But his Uncle T, he was even meaner.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was my running back coach. He loved me, though, because I was the fastest on the team. He used to run all the touchdowns.
So back then, that's probably when you have a broken leg and they still tell you get in.
All that. You can have a concussion.
Yeah.
You know, you have a headache and then all the time you had a concussion. They get your ass in there.
Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah.
And then he kind of was like middle class, right, Suge?
Yeah, they was kind of doing good. They had trucking companies, diesels and shit like that. Them nice vans, luxury vans, and their wives had Cadillacs or Benzes. All the brothers, they was doing pretty good, well off for themselves.
And then, like I read in the book that like after games, if y'all did good and won,
yeah, we go over there, have hot dogs, chips, go swimming in the pool.
So they had a pool.
Yeah, the uncle had a pool too, Coach T.
Oh,
the
wow.
Twins had, both of them had pools.
Oh wow, they was rolling like that.
Yeah, they was rolling.
So, and did they live over like by Ludus Park or where?
They lived over there in the mob
Neighborhood.
And the twins lived it on K Street.
Okay.
Yeah.
And were the twins? Did they bang at all? Or they just?
Yeah, they kind of started banging at the end. Yeah.
Were they claiming like Ma Piru or?
Yeah, pretty much either Mob or Ludus Park, one of that little area. Yeah.
Okay. Like back then,
Back then it was all Ludus Park.
Ludus Park, right?
Yeah, the Mob came out like 82, 83, 80, something like that.
Okay. And then so Suge back then, he wasn't like he was.
No, he wasn't gang banging or nothing like that. No. He seemed like he waited to get $1 million to start a gang banging, and that's some backwards ass shit.
Yeah.
That ain't where it go.
So he wasn't, you know, flamed up or.
Nah, he wasn't like that. He couldn't have played on our team because it was Santana's, it was Southside Santana's, fucking Kelly Parks, just, you know what I'm saying, fucking Atlantic Drives, Ian Hoods, just name some, you know, yeah.
Wow. So, and he ended up going to, I think, like El Camino College first, right? And then it was UNLV, and then
UNLV,
yeah. And then I think he made it to the league, right? Or
he got to try out for the Rams and stuff. Yeah.
Okay. And he got into some trouble, and I think he got shot or something. Did you guys still stay in touch as he got older from Pop Warner? Like
no, we didn't. No.
So when did you see Suge again after like football?
I seen him. We had a place called Compton Hydraulics. He came up there. We were to one of our hopping contests.
Okay, is that when he was like managing he was a bodyguard for Bobby Brown, right? Or I think he was doing some bodyguard stuff.
Yeah.
So he came up there. Just did he have a lowrider at the time, or he just watching the contest?
That's when the Death Row, Chronic that just came out and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So Death Row, and the story is, I mean, Harry O started Death Row, but I read in the book there might have been, you know, like you had a big part in helping Death Row get started.
Yeah. That's all I'm gonna leave it at that though. That's all I can tell you, bro. Yeah.
I mean, do you ever like look back and be like, man, like, you know?
Yeah, I fucked up our master plan. Kinda. To be.
So Suge, he starts Death Row and
no, he's
let me back up. He got the money and then Death Row started, and
no, they wanted Easy first.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So they wanted Eazy-E to run the label first.
They they did a conference call with Easy.
Okay.
And Easy turned them down, and he came over my house and said, "Man, them dudes is in jail. Like, y'all fucking, I don't, you know, had nothing to do with that shit. And plus, I'm already established."
Yeah.
Then they got in contact with Dre.
And I read like somebody called you to get in contact with Dre, and you kind of facilitated that and got Dre's number.
Yeah.
Tell me about your relationship with Eazy-E. Like,
he was cool. His cousin named Big Horse, he was from our neighborhood. And this is before, you know, all that dope game and everything came out.
Yeah.
But when it came out, Horse was kind of big time from our neighborhood. And I used to go over there and cook at his house. We used to cook up shit. And cook up rocks and shit.
So when he was first getting started, did you think he was gonna make it big?
Shit, he used to be in there while we was cooking, making all that racket. Cause I was used to the Houdinis, the fucking Fat Boys and shit groups like that. They was nursery rhyming, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you know, I wasn't used to that gangster rap. He used to be making racket to me. So when I was in the pen in Tracy, I had been listening to that song cruising down the street in my 6'4", and one of the homies came up there. I said, "Man, we was walking the track." I said, "Man, what Eric out there doing?" I said, "Man, you heard of that song Eazy-E cruising down the street in my 6'4"? I'm like, yeah. He said, "Man, that's Eric." I like, "You bullshit." He's like, yeah. Like, man, that nigga done came up.
Yeah.
I used to say that shit wasn't gonna work. Yeah.
Wow. And did you guys have much interaction as he got going as a established artist? Did you guys like run into each other a lot?
Yeah, he used to come to the neighborhood a lot. Come hang around everything. He's a cool dude. Good dude.
Did he ever talk to you about the beef he was having with Suge and Death Row at the time?
That was a bunch of made up bullshit. Yeah, like I say, the Crips in Compton wouldn't even went for that shit. You know what I'm saying? That was our city. You know what I'm saying? Really, the whole fucking California is Crips. You know? Yeah. Well, them dudes get to claiming that Pyro stuff and the blood stuff. They do anything wrong, they go up in that pen, they gonna find out really who running shit. You know what I'm saying?
So, like, you think the media?
We got Keefy D as an ESFP. Okay, Keefy D, good luck in jail. So ESFPs are initiating. They're concrete. They're interest based. Obviously, Keefy D is pretty interest. They're informative. They give extra information. They're kind of passive when they talk. It's kind of not specific, concise, and to the point. He's pragmatic. He's rebellious, and he's progression. He doesn't seem to have any. He's not talking about any outcomes or anything like that. He's not talking about controlling anything, like giving control. He's more about just progressing onto things or process on or the movement towards things. So that would make him an ESFP. Obviously, he's SE. He's always talking about what people are doing all the time. He rarely ever talks about what he wants because that's NI inferior here. That's NI inferior. So it's rare. He mentions more about what other people are doing because it's way more SE. What's going on in the environment, things like that. And he's a TFI user. He's about his achievements and what he feels is important and what he values. Okay, so we got him as an ESFP. Keefy D as an ESFP. And Enneagram, we're probably going to go. I'm gonna go 8. W7 with him. We'll go 8 W7. I'd probably go sexual because he sounds like a goddamn idiot. So we're gonna go ESFP 8 W7 sexual. But this is Mongolian Mindset, and comment below if you like the video. And we will try to get. I think we're gonna go Travis Keirsey next, but comment below somebody else, and if they have more popularity, then we might go ahead and do that person. But thank you, and you have a great day.